I'm gonna go ahead and make a strong assumption. I'm gonna assume that if you're listening to this right now, you want more out of this thing called life. That you want to expand and grow, and that you're willing to get uncomfortable. That you want to make your dreams come true, and that you want to make your goals real. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and make a very bold statement. And that is that you are capable of it. Do you know what the chances are of you being here right now? For this planet to even be capable of bearing life in the first place. For this planet to even exist before that. And then for things to align just the way they did, for all the circumstances to happen the way that they did, for you to be here in this very moment. Now, if that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. And surely all that did not happen for nothing. You must have something to offer, you must have something within you. And it's very important that you bring that out. But for things to improve, you have to improve. And for things to get better, you have to get better. And if you've been operating on 50% of what you're capable of course you're not achieving what you want. Of course you wouldn't be getting to where you want to be. Of course your life would not look the way you wanted it to. It's simple but not easy. Everyone can, but almost nobody is willing to. But if you want things to really go your way, you have to work on yourself. Make yourself into the person that you want to be. Craft it. Make yourself the vision. Create in yourself what you want to see on the outside. It always starts with you. The world is just your mirror. You can make it whatever you want. You can see it however you like. It's all in your personal perception of it. You're a human being capable of creating whatever you want if you would only apply yourself fully. Whatever impact you want to make, whatever you want to change, whatever you want to create or achieve. It's all yours to be had. But then you have got to claim it fully. I'm talking about with all of you. Not with 50%, not with 30%, not with 60%. With all of you. With absolutely all of you. Every last drop. Apply yourself fully. Because your potential is never ending. And just when you think you've given it your all, and just when you think you've spent all of you and that you can't go any further, that's when you've just begun tapping into your real potential. If there's ever been a time to step up, it's now. We have some real opportunities in front of us. Yet most of us completely blank and miss them. We have a chance to impact and change the world in our very hands. Yet most of us ignore it. Yet most of us go around asking for an opportunity. If only I had a chance. If only someone would put me on stage and give me an opportunity to shine. If only people would do this and the economy this. And the marketplace this. And if my boss would only be a little bit better and all of these bullshit excuses. And yet we ignore the opportunity right in front of us. Because you're a human being. A human being. That means infinite potential. That means opportunity beyond opportunity. That means capability. That means being able to expand and grow infinitely. To achieve whatever it is that you want. To achieve whatever it is that you dream of. An opportunity to actually do so. Because you can either impact the world and make a dent, or you can live in it, leaving no trace but your dust. Now that's up to you, but the opportunity is always there. No No matter where you are and no matter where you've been, there are infinite options. It's true that you don't always decide what happens, but you can always decide what you do about it. You can always decide how you will respond to it. And it's that which determines exactly who you are. It's that which determines your character. And it's that which determines what you get in return. But opportunity will never show itself to those who are blind. And those people will continue to walk around asking to get put on. They will keep waiting for someone to do it for them. But the ones that truly want to make an impact, the ones that truly want to make a difference, they tend to always find a way, no matter what. And that is simply because they can see and create opportunities, even when there is none there. And that might just be the greatest skill of all. Creating something amazing out of nothing. You see all these people walking around and apologizing for living. You see people walking around apologizing for being who they are. You see a lot of people being sorry for doing what they're supposed to do. In our very twisted society, this has almost become the norm. But the only way to really stand out and to make an impact is to own who you are fully. If you want to make a shift and move the world in some way, you cannot apologize for doing what you're supposed to do. You cannot walk around being scared and fearing what will happen if you take the right action. You can no longer make excuses and come up with reasons as to why things might not work. The only way is to throw fear out the window completely. You must begin to own who you are and who you're being fully and take full responsibility for who you are. Because if you keep walking around trying to apologize to everybody with your shoulders down, with your head down, trying to hide your inner gift, you're going to live a miserable life. You're never even going to get close to experience your ultimate potential, let alone accomplish anything that you dream of. And you're the only person that can make that shift for you. You're the only person who can ignite that fire where you start to burn so brightly that you can't help it any longer. I want you to get to the point where you're so bright, where you're so energetic that you just can't hold it back anymore. Where you just can't help it but to influence and impact everybody around you. Where you can't help but to spread that good, amazing, powerful, positive energy to everyone you come in contact with. And I want you to own it. I want you to own being who you are. Whoever it is that you want to be, I want you to own that fully. Not apologize for it. Not make excuses for it. Not say, oh, I'm like this because of my past. But to take full responsibility and to say, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for nothing. And taking full responsibility over who you are, even if that person is not perfect, is a hell of a lot better than walking around as this weak, apologetic being. Stop apologizing for your strength. Take back that control. Take back that passion, that energy, that spark. Take back your vision, your dream. And once you assume that full responsibility, you can make all of this, every dream, every little idea, you can make it come to life. You've always had that potential, don't kid yourself. But the case might have been that you were too afraid to explore it. Maybe you were looking for permission. But from this moment on, do not look for any further approval. Take control and own who you are.
Everyone wants to change their life. Everyone wants to achieve more, become stronger, more confident, more successful. But here's the truth. Most people never move past the starting line. Why? Because they're waiting for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, the spark that will make them act. But that moment never really comes. And even if it does, it disappears just as fast. Because motivation is a spark, bright but short-lived. True strength doesn't come from motivation. It comes from self-discipline. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's that inner steel that keeps you moving forward when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're scared. Discipline isn't a prison. It's freedom. The freedom to control your actions, your time, your life. See, as long as your actions depend on your emotions, you're not free. Moods change. Days go wrong. Circumstances turn against you. But when you're disciplined, none of that stops you. Because you've already decided who you are and where you're going. Discipline is the habit of keeping promises to yourself. Every time you do what you said you'd do, you build trust in yourself. And every time you break that promise, you weaken it. That's why self-discipline isn't just a success tool. It's the foundation of confidence. It's what turns dreams into reality. Start small. Most people fail because they try to change everything overnight. Wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym every day, read a book a week, quit bad habits all at once. But it doesn't work that way. Discipline is built gradually, one small win at a time. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, do a quick workout, read 10 pages. Keep one simple promise to yourself and do it every single day. Those small victories may seem insignificant, but they're what builds your strength. They shape your character. Yes, it will be hard. There will be days when you want to quit, when nothing seems to go right. But that's exactly when your power grows. Every time you choose action over excuses, you're training your mind to be stronger. People think discipline means being harsh or punishing yourself. But in truth, discipline is respect. Respect for your goals, your time, and your future. It's the way you tell yourself, I'm worth the effort. I'm capable of more, and I will prove it. You can watch all the motivational videos in the world, read every book, listen to every speech, but nothing will change until you start acting. Discipline isn't about words, it's about action. Every single day, even when no one's watching, even when no one believes in you. And yes, you'll slip up. You'll miss days, you'll fall behind. That's okay. The point isn't to be perfect, it's to be consistent. Every time you get back up and keep going, you move forward. Every comeback makes you stronger. Look around you. The world belongs to those who can keep their word to themselves. The ones who act instead of talking. The ones who don't wait for perfect conditions, because they know there never will be any. There will always be obstacles, exhaustion, people doubting you. But if you're disciplined, none of that matters. You just keep going. Self-discipline is your armor. It protects you from laziness, procrastination, and fear. It makes you resilient. You stop depending on external things, because everything you need is already inside you. Think about what you truly want. Who do you want to be a year from now? 5 years from now? Now ask yourself honestly, if I keep living the way I do now, will I get there? If the answer is no, then it's time to change. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Now. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. One step, one action. One day where you do a little more than yesterday. That's how strength is built. That's how confidence grows. That's how success begins. Discipline is your personal revolution. It's your decision to stop being a victim of excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. And once you start acting, you'll feel the shift. You'll feel calmer, sharper, more focused. You'll stop wasting time. You'll start winning. One day you'll look back and realize it all began the moment you said to yourself, "Enough waiting. It's time to act." So stop searching for the perfect moment. Stop postponing your life. It won't magically start on its own. Start now. Take the first step, even a small one, because a small step today is worth more than 1,000 plans for tomorrow. The path to your goal doesn't begin someday. It begins right now, with your decision to move. And if you can stay true to yourself, if you can build real self-discipline, then nothing in the world can stop you. Self-discipline isn't limitation. It's strength. It's freedom. Take it and start. There was a time when I lived like most people do. I'd wake up, go about my day, and complain about my circumstances, the weather, other people, how unfair life seemed. It always felt like everything was decided for me. Some people were successful because they were lucky, some had connections, and others just happened to be born into a better life. And me? Well, I just thought things didn't work out. But one day, I heard a sentence that completely changed how I saw the world. You can't always change your circumstances, but you can change your mindset, and your mindset will change your life. At first, I brushed it off. Mindset? Really? How could a few thoughts make any difference? But soon, I started noticing a pattern. Every single day, I thought the same way, and every single day, I got the same results. I complained, and life gave me more reasons to complain. I doubted myself, and of course I didn't take action. I was afraid, and so I stayed stuck. And then it hit me. Everything starts in your mind. Everything you see around you is a reflection of what's inside. So I decided to experiment. Instead of saying I can't, I started asking, what if I try? Instead of saying it won't work, I asked, how can I make it work? And you know what happened. The world started responding differently. Opportunities appeared that I had never noticed before. People became more open, more supportive. And most importantly, I became calmer, stronger, more confident. I realized that mindset isn't just about thoughts in your head. It's a filter through which you see life. If your filter is dirty, you see only problems. But if it's clear, you start noticing paths, solutions, and chances. Your thoughts shape your perception shapes your actions, and your actions shape your reality. Negative thinking is like a prison without walls. You're free, but you don't let yourself out. Only when you decide to think differently do you finally turn the key in the lock. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight. There are days when you don't feel like doing anything, when you want to give up, when those old voices in your head whisper, "Why bother?" You'll fail anyway. But in those exact moments, you have to remember, you are not your thoughts. You can change them. You can decide where to place your focus, on fear or on opportunity, on problems or on progress. Since then, I've tried to think not like a victim, but like a creator. If something doesn't work out, I ask what it's trying to teach me. If life knocks me down, I assume it's preparing me for something greater. I stopped waiting for the perfect moment because I finally understood. The perfect moment is now. Right now, you can start thinking differently, acting differently, living differently. Life doesn't change when you wait for better circumstances. It changes when you become a better version of yourself. Every thought you have is a brick that builds your reality. You can use those bricks to build walls or to build bridges. The choice is always yours. Today, if I could talk to my past self, I'd say one thing. Stop waiting for the world to change. Change how you see it, and the whole world will transform before your eyes. This mindset truly changed my life. And if you're listening to these words right now, that means something inside you is ready to change too. Ready to believe that it all begins not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. Believe me, everything begins the moment you decide to think differently. That's the moment your new life truly starts.